delivery dates of Social Security benefit payments, and $1,400 stimulus check specifically focused on Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, SSI, RRB. I have got all the important details you need to know right here in this video. So guys, without a further ado, let's get right into it. In the last stimulus check that we have seen included about 85% of the population, and that's about like 280 million Americans. The previous three rounds of stimulus check have been relatively quick with the distribution of the payments, especially the second and the third round of payment was relatively quick with reaching into the people's bank account just within the week of the approval. It generally takes within a week or so to reach the stimulus check into people's bank accounts. So today in this video, I wanted to provide some more details on a potential for the fourth stimulus check so you can know what to look out for. And most importantly, we'll be also covering the Social Security benefit schedule right here in this video. So watch this video till then, and we have got couple of important updates. So let's get right into all the details. Now let's check it out, the Social Security December payment schedule. If your birth date falls between 1st to 10th of the month, then continue to watch out 13th of the December for your Social Security fixed income benefits to be deposited. Then 20th of the December, if your birth date falls between 11th to 20th of the month, then talking about this 27th of the December, if your birth date falls between 21st to 31st of the month, your benefits will be deposited on 27th December. So continue to watch out all these important dates. And talking about the second SSI payment, that will be heading on to the 29th of the December. Now guys, remember, this is not an extra payment, not bonus payment, not an additional check. It's not an overpayment. It's your January 2024 SSI payment, which will be arriving just couple of days early right here onto the 29th of the December. And guys, it's really important to check the January SSI payment because it will be arriving alongside with the COLA increases. Yes, you heard it right. Into the month of January, you'll be going to receive the next year cost of living adjustment, which is 3.2%. So remember, your January SSI checks will be little higher than the December SSI checks. Alright guys, now here's the thing. The money is the tight thing right now, especially for low income, fixed income households. But I want to let you know that I'm right over here to help you in any way, shape or form. This is the busy time and Congress is working out on many of the legislation. So it's worth keeping eye on to many of the important announcements from the federal government or Congress. And now speaking of the potential of the stimulus check and who could be potentially included, what type of stimulus check it could be when it comes out, and why exactly government will be issuing stimulus check in this particular scenario, also how much the stimulus money could be and when can you able to receive it. We have got all the details and I'll be breaking down all the details, all the questions, speculations right here in this video. Now guys, in the event of the stimulus check, while deciding, Federal Reserve looks at the economy and they determine how much stimulus does the economy need, how much money is required in order to help people recover. Then the money is then printed out and pushed into the economy. Although one thing to note though, Federal Reserve is providing stimulus money, it's not out of their kindness, it's because they know if money is given to the people, they will be going to spend it, and this is the best way to get economy up and running once again. And the main intention of the stimulus money is that those money will be quickly spent into the economy and should not be saved into people's bank account. This is because government recognizes the importance of getting money into the economy quickly and very efficient. If let's say people save their stimulus check, they are not helping out economy as much as they could be. The government wants to spend all of the money into all the stimulus check in different sectors of the economy such as groceries, clothing and many more, and through this way money is spread out through the entire economy and positive impact will be generated. Many studies have showed that it's the best way to get money into the economy through the stimulus checks. So when it comes down to the next round of stimulus check, government thinks that it's very important to spend it and you can buy groceries, clothes and other items that you need, and this is the way that you are helping out economy, also taking care of your own needs as well. So well, what does this mean for businesses? Well, when we all get the stimulus check, we all go out and spend them. We basically go out to Walmart, Target, and all of a sudden these businesses are seeing huge run into their inventory, and they look at their inventory and they see that it has been wiped out of the stock in the matter of days. So basically they have to reach their supply suppliers and order more items, and their suppliers have to go to the manufacturer in order to manufacture more items. It's basically a chain effect. It's like food chain. It's like a domino effect that keeps everything going, and it doesn't take much for it, to start this effect to stimulate the economy. You can see entire economy is just stimulated in a matter of week or two. When it comes down to the stimulus check, it's a great way to stimulate the economy. They are effective, they don't take long, and basically causes huge impact on businesses, people, and those who really need it. I hope this has provided you with a great example, the economic cycle and how it affects you, economy, and how stimulus checks are the best way. Now guys, in the event of the stimulus check, this could be the difficult question to answer as it ultimately depends on the economic situation. However, if economic situation was similar to what was in the early 2020, then it was likely that the same criteria will be used for this time as well. And speaking of what type of a stimulus check would it be, well, again, it's little bit more predictable. I believe that it could be similar to the third stimulus check, as it would be the same amount for the last one. It means that it could be $1,400, $1,200, $2,000, or probably $1,600. And of course, these amounts can depend on the eligibility and other sorts of factors. And if you check out the previous rounds of stimulus check for $1,200, $600 stimulus check, and $1,400 stimulus check, last three rounds are showing one very important factor, that is the eligibility criteria. Let me go over through the details. Individuals with adjusted gross income below $75,000 as individuals and $150,000 for married couples were eligible for the first round of stimulus check, $1,200 payment for per person and $2,400 for married couples. Then right here into the second round of stimulus check, individuals receiving $600 and $1,200 for married couples filing jointly. Eligibility was below $75,000 for individuals and below $150,000 for married couples filing jointly were eligible for the stimulus check. Then right over here onto the third round of stimulus check for $1,400 per person and $2,800 for married couples filing jointly. Income threshold should be below $80,000 for individuals and $160,000 for married couples filing jointly. So you see the point. If your income threshold as an individual below $70,000 at least, and if your income threshold as a married couples is below $150,000, then chances are you could be the low income fixed income beneficiary receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI, survivors benefits, and specifically these stimulus check could be specifically designed and intended to provide financial relief for those who need it the most, those who are struggling financially and may have limited source of income. The true purpose of stimulus check is government aims to stimulate the economy by distribution of the funds to those who are most likely to spend the money. That's where low income fixed income beneficiaries are the target to provide the stimulus check, because those are the people who will be likely going to spend the money right away when they'll be going to receive another round of stimulus check. If you give the stimulus check to rich people, people with higher income threshold, then there is a very low likelihood they'll be going to spend that money. Instead, they'll be going to save that money into their bank account. So you see the point, low income fixed income beneficiaries would be the first target to provide the stimulus money. Generally, as per the previous round of stimulus check, income threshold for the eligibility typically ranges from $75,000 to $100,000 for individuals and $150,000 to $200,000 for married couples filing jointly. It's worth noting that previous stimulus check also included provisions for adult depending on specific income threshold. The main determining factor for eligibility is income, and low income fixed income individuals are usually primary recipients of stimulus check. But you need to understand, Congress will ultimately determine the rules and eligibility criteria for the stimulus check, and it's still uncertain what they will be going to decide into the future. However, based on the historical patterns, usually government's intention happens to land upon those group of people, support those people with limited income. So it is highly likely that low income fixed income beneficiaries will be going to receive the another round of stimulus check if it is approved. The previous three rounds of stimulus check have been relatively quick with the distribution of the payments, especially the second and the third round of payment was relatively quick with reaching into the people's bank account just within the week of approval. Granted, there are some delays into the stimulus check, particularly with the information not available available onto the IRS. Granted, there are some round of stimulus check where people got their payment delayed due to information not available to the IRS, Social Security not providing the details to the IRS so that they can issue the stimulus check. But here is the thing, guys. Let's say in the event of another round of stimulus check approval, fixed income beneficiaries will be going to receive the checks. Once the bill is signed into the law, it generally takes 1 week to reach the stimulus check into your bank account or deposited into your mails. Now, in the event of another round of stimulus check approval, let's say they pass a bill. Well, once the bill is signed by the President Biden, once the bill is signed, it generally takes within a week or so to reach the stimulus check into people's bank account. When it comes to deciding factor when they will be going to issue the stimulus check, it's very important to monitor the Federal Reserve interest rate policy, the jobs market, the inflation reports, and the stock market trends. Also, lawmakers' discussions, bills, latest proposals related to economic conditions, benefits should be closely monitored, closely followed. I'm watching very closely what government is saying, and you might be getting question, why would government issue stimulus check? Now, this is an interesting question because you know what government is talking about it because they want to stimulate the economy. They want to give out money to people in order to help out businesses and those businesses to stay sustained. And history repeats itself. In the last stimulus check that we have seen included about 85% of the population, and that's about like 280 million Americans, and this would likely hold true if another round of stimulus check were approved. So, will fixed income beneficiaries like Social Security, Retirement, SSDI, SSI, VA beneficiaries, RRB will be included? Well, the simple answer is yes. All of these groups were included in the last 3 rounds of stimulus check. So there is no reason I can think of right now that these specific groups will be not included. Now the question is how much can we expect? It's little bit more complicated. Now the next stimulus check would be as much as $2,400, although on high end what is expected? Well, a more realistic range is between $1,200 going all the way until $2,000 depending on the eligibility and various sorts of other criteria. But again, we'll just have to wait and see what will get approved. Now, the dynamics of the situation are such that if economy continues to collapse, then there is a high likelihood of another round of stimulus check which is being issued. And you know what? The amount of the money which is given out at stimulus is determined by how bad economy really needs the money. So based on that, I would expect the amount of the check would be anywhere between $1,200 all the way until $2,000. Well, the timing of the check also is important when the economy gets at a point where government must intervene in order to help out people, and that is the time when the stimulus check will be issued. So it's very important to keep eye on to all the different parameters, which in turn increases the possibility of next round of stimulus check. As of right now, it's difficult to predict when this will happen as it will totally depend on the severity of economic crisis and government response to it. Now, when it comes down to those key indicators, those key factors of the economy and the overall performance of the economy, we need to watch out the jobs number. This usually happens when economy is showing the signs of contraction. But when the jobs are gained, the economy is expanding. This means that businesses are growing and new startups are starting up, meaning that more people need to be hired and more taxes are being paid. However, guys, currently we are seeing shift in the job market with higher paying jobs being lost while lower paying jobs are being created, and this is not ideal. Government is closely monitoring the jobs market. At the end of the day, jobs are very important for our economy and we need to continue to monitor the jobs market closely to make sure that economy grows sustainably. We definitely all know that economy is not in the best state right now. We have seen the businesses contracting, resulting in many job losses. This means that unemployment rate is increasing, probably not at that particular rate, but it's still increasing. Recently, Federal Reserve has been raising the interest rate to help control it. Now, the problem is that when the economy falls too far, contracting, Federal Reserve steps in to help doing something called quantitative easing, also known as QE. Now, quantitative easing is essentially just printing bunch of money and start injecting those money into the economy. Basically, this is what called as stimulus check. Now, quantitative easing helps out support economy by increasing the inflation, which keeps the prices of the goods and services up, which also keeps people employed. Now, talking about the Federal Reserve and its strategy of printing out money or quantitative quantitative easing as it's known. As you may know, for years, Federal Reserve has been printing about $120 billion every month. Or you could say they are printing, literally changing the digits onto the computer and creating new money that is very sophisticated and smart way of printing money. Now guys, when economy is contracting, Federal Reserve prints the money, even more money, hundreds and billions of dollars, and this money is pushed out into the businesses, the unemployed, and the people in the form of stimulus check and other forms of relief. And it's a closed loop system basically. Now guys, speaking of the current update on fourth stimulus check, whether it's $1,200, $1,400, $1,600, $2,000, or any value for that matter, as of right now, none of the four federal level stimulus check have been approved by government Congress. So just to be clear on this one guys, so there should be no confusion about it. Once I get any latest update, I will keep you posted. I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe to our channel, and this is Kedar from How to Guys. See you in the next video.